clear for takeoff. Columbia, this is Houston. Go ahead, over.
Good evening and welcome in to Indians Minor League Magazine. I'm Al Pulowski here with Jason Stanford, the Indians' former pitcher. Jay, you're back. Had a good week off?
I did. I had a great week off. Was in San Diego. Was in Arizona. Great vacation.
Do a little scouting?
Ready. I did a little bit of scouting. Got to watch some other teams.
There you go.
It was fun. Great to be back. See you again.
All right, here we go. We've got a lot to talk about. Of course, the Indians had their draft last week, so Brad Grant will be stopping by ahead of him. We'll talk about all the teams in the Indians minor league system. Later on, we'll hear from Arrows second baseman Jason Kipnis, who just got moved up from Kinston. Plus, we'll have the standings and the schedule, and you'll discover Carlos Carrasco's Major League idol. But we'll start off today with news about another Carlos. Carlos Santana got the promotion from AAA Columbus. Really nothing left to prove there. You know, you look at his numbers, and one that really jumps out is OPS is above 1.
It's ridiculous. This kid has everything going for him. I mean, that's why the Indians are so high on him. The next Victor Martinez in the coming. I mean, he wears number 41. He follows his idol, but just a great kid all the way around.
Already got his first Major League homer out of the way, too, from Saturday night. So the Indians' hot prospect now is playing for the Indians. Nice to see. Carlos Santana had huge numbers, too. 13 homers, 51 runs batted in. He led the system in both of those categories. All right, let's go down to his old home, AAA Columbus, and check in with a player down there that's fairly familiar to us, Matt Laporta, who is absolutely making the most of his trip back to Columbus. He hit 3 homers in his first game back. He won Sunday's game against Norfolk with an extra inning walk-off hit. In 6 games, he's batting .435, 5 homers, 9 RBI, and an OPS, an obscene 1.605. Those are RBI baseball numbers from the computer game.
It is. It is great to see Matt doing what he needs to do at the AAA level. And unfortunately, he didn't get really the opportunities up in the big leagues, but now you're seeing what this kid is really made of. And all he needs to do is just get his confidence back, and that's what he's done so far to this date. And if he keeps that up, I mean, he's going to be doing what he needs to do back at the big leagues.
Well, Nick Weglars, of course, got moved up from Akron, struggled a bit in his first couple of games, but all of a sudden, he's gone on a tear, hitting .321. Bixler having a nice streak here going here in the month of June, and Carlos Carrasco 3-0 in his last 3 starts.
They're all doing well, and that's why the Columbus Clippers are doing so well. They're in first place right now. But the only thing that alarms me right now is Carlos Carrasco's ERA at 4.71 right there. Yes, he's 3-0, but the Indians are looking for somebody to fill the depth up in the big leagues, and he is going to be that guy, but he needs to work better on getting guys out or not getting guys to let score.
All right, let's move on now to AA Akron, where the Arrows had a season-high winning streak, 12 games snapped on Sunday. But, boy, they've been looking very good of late. They've also had some players that have been doing well as well. How about second baseman Cord Phelps? He's just been promoted to AAA Columbus. The third-year player from Stanford was hitting .296 with a couple of homers and 23 runs batted in before the move.
Well, you're seeing a lot of college players do so well now with the Indians, and Cord Phelps is one of those guys, a Stanford product, and really knows the game very well. I mean, very knowledgeable when it comes to baseball. And it's nice to see guys finally stepping up and doing what they're supposed to do at the AA and AAA level now.
Some other guys to take a look at their numbers on. We told you about Phelps, and Carlos Rivero starting to swing the bat fairly well, and Eric Berger also had a good outing on Thursday.
Well, you have Eric Berger right there. You know, doesn't give up any runs, 1 hit. That's what you like to see from a young starting pitcher. Start to develop at the right time. You're looking at guys right now that you want to start moving up in the system. These are the guys that could be doing that.
All right, let's move down to Class A Kinston now and take a look at a pitcher who's been doing very, very well as the K-Trivers pitching staff as a whole hasn't been doing too badly this year. And TJ McFarland has been named to the Carolina League All-Star game for next Tuesday's Carolina-California League game at Myrtle Beach. McFarland now 7-1 on the season, Jason, and a .216 ERA.
Oh, this kid is very good, and that's why he was named to the All-Star team. I think there should have been some more guys named to the All-Star team from the K-Tribe. But you look at this kid, he's got everything going for him right now. He's left-handed, and that's why, you know, he's doing so well is because he's able to mix his pitches up in a hitter-friendly league.
Well, that's one thing that McFarland's been able to do. He's been able to take care of those hitters. And, you know, Jason Kipnis, we've been talking about all season here. He is definitely a prospect to keep an eye on. The converted outfielder to second base, and he's made it just seamlessly, and now he's up in AA Akron.
Well, he's very athletic. You look at Jason Kipnis now, and he has gone up to AA playing second base, and that's what the Indians are looking for, is somebody to solidify the middle of the diamond, because you have Asdrubal Cabrera, you have Luis Valbuena, who really hasn't done much, but Jason Kipnis could be that guy in the coming.
Now we're going to stay at the Class A level, Jason. We're going to talk about our mate down there, Jason Smith from Australia. Man, he's heating up at the right time as he's really done a nice job. If you take a look at Smith's numbers in his last 8 games, .452, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in. Again, it's like computer game numbers, and the Aussie doing real well here in Northeast Ohio.
I guess every time that somebody gets interviewed, they just start going off and just start dominating the league because, I mean, Jason was interviewed a couple weeks ago, and since then he's just been on fire. And so, you know, I give it up to Craig for doing everything down there.
We'll take the credit for that at Indians Minor League Magazine for Smith's.
But great job for Jason right now. I mean, he just looks awesome. He looks in his comfort zone, being so far away from home. But, I mean, he's got everything going for him, too. You look at some of the other guys, you know, you have the closer. Preston, another college guy, doing what he needs to do to possibly move up in the ranks, too.
Yeah, and Kyle Smith also doing a nice job as well. All right, so that's our first segment here with Indians Minor League Magazine, but plenty still to come on the show. And coming up next, we'll talk with the Indians Director of Amateur Scouting, Brad Grant, about the draft. And we'll talk about Drew Pomerantz, Alex Levinsky, and more. Make sure you stay tuned.
Working on access. Beautiful. 26, 36 feet per second up.